I would like to introduce a man that you know only too well. It's a man that calls himself the real Starman, and the thing is that this is a man that either we love or we hate. And this is a guy that started this whole business with the stars a few years ago when he created, he found out this shapes of stars in the skies. So see what happens. I'm gonna just bring him in. His name, as you of course guessed, is Mikey Smith. And here's Mikey coming in. And we welcome Mikey. Mikey. Okay. Okay, here he is. Here's Mikey. Here's Mikey. That's good. Do you hear me,
You
Mike?
can hear me? You're good, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I hear you. I hear you.
Am I on the screen? You'll have to add me to the screen. I think I'm just in the
Yeah, yeah,
background.
no. No,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
you're in the screen, you're in the screen. It takes time, on YouTube.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has like a little delay.
Oh, there I am. Yeah, cool. Okay.
So, Mikey, what's going on? How are you? Long time no see.
Yeah, yeah. I'm doing all right. Just enjoying the morning so far. Yeah.
So I was just reminding the people that you actually at the origin of what we call now the flux stars. That means that a few years ago, if I understand correctly, you took by luck, pictures of videos, let's say, of Sirius,
Yeah.
with a very weird shape that nobody saw so far. So you tried to understand that, and you kept on working on it, and you got other pictures. Uh, Now the thing is that there's been a huge reaction, from the people, following your findings. And the first one, of course, is negative. That means that right away people said, "Oh, that's not possible. This is just like some kind of chromatic aberration," even if people don't know what it is anyway. Just like throw away that word every time. And they said, "Oh, it's your phone that doesn't work properly. So it's some kind of a mistake. It's not possible." So you've been trying hard, to
Yeah.
impose that your discoveries to people. And a few months ago, when I heard about you, I also was like very I didn't believe it. I said, okay, well, the guy is like maybe just like I don't know what he found. It's maybe not the star, it's something else or whatever. But as a true flat earther, I checked, because that's what makes a true flat earther. Is like you have to double check things. You have to do your homework. You cannot just like stay in your position of like believing something without understanding or double checking. That means, if not, you become a glober again.
Yeah.
So, and I checked. So first of all, I checked to see what were, chromatic aberrations. And actually, I found out there are many type of aberrations in photography. And I checked them all. I mean, whatever I could find on the internet. And I realized something is that the pictures that you had, first of all, are unpublished on internet. There's nothing close to it.
Yeah.
And of course, none of your pictures are can be classified in any of these type of aberrations. For example, when people talk about chromatic aberration, we're going to see it later on when I have a
Yeah.
small movie I made. Uh, we talk about like a distortion of the light, of surrounding an object that's already clear. Now, what we have here is it's a form, a shape, a structure, and there's no aberration and no chromatic aberration that can create a structure.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, uh, about the colors, people can say, oh, okay, the colors are not right, they're wrong. But the thing is that, again, when you're a true flat earther, you do your homework. So you go on internet and you say, okay, now I took Sirius, into a video, and in my video, Sirius is white and blue. And then I check on Google. Oh, what do they say about Sirius? It's a white and blue star. You understand? So, it's very easy to double check things, to triple check them. And so to keep on going on that means first I checked and I saw that there were no chromatic aberration or no aberration at all that fit your pictures there. So maybe maybe something else. Maybe you found you took a picture of or video of a UFO or something, or.
Yeah,
And at that point, I realized something is that maybe maybe you found something, you had something there, and if you found something that nobody found so far,
yeah,
so in all logic, I said, okay, maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something. So let's check it out.
yeah,
So I took it upon myself to buy those binoculars you can see here next to me. Oh, here it is. And and I say, okay, I'm gonna check the stars. I'm gonna do like he did. I'm gonna take like binoculars and a phone, and it's called digiscoping. It's a known technique, an excellent technique to be able to take nice, clean pictures, but
yeah,
usually not of stars. Usually people use that to catch birds in nature and everything. So they don't use that for stars because they have the impression that the telescopes, are the best instrument to look at stars.
yeah,
And we saw that it's not actually. I made 3 videos about this, and that was also like it was for me a game changer because I always thought that telescopes were like the
yeah,
best way to look far away. I had a telescope, and the thing is that we understood that the telescopes actually are conceived in order to just gather more and more light. That means it's going to blind you out. That means you're going to see
yeah.
like a spot of light like this, a small one, and then with a bigger telescope you're going to see a bigger spot of light and a bigger spot of light, but you're never going to see a structure.
No,
You're only going to see light, okay, like a blurred
yeah,
spot of light, and they're going to sell you that as like being the real shape of the stars, which now is being challenged because of your work. So the thing is that what was also very suspicious to me is that despite all the extra large telescopes and big telescopes there is in the world, there are no videos of stars
no,
and no videos or pictures really of close stars. Like
yeah.
NASA has like only like one picture of Sirius, like that's famous. That's I believe also CGI. But anyways, so the question that I had is like, how come, if you have like a huge telescope, you don't use it to see the stars that are close already? Okay, you want to see stars that are supposedly, far away, no problem. But why not, looking at the stars that are close to see if you cannot get any more details? So that's also,
So in relation to them, they think the stars are far and close, you know.
yeah, yeah.
All of them are at the same distance, doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
another subject. But let's play their game. Let's say
yeah,
okay, we agree with them that they're very far away. So why don't you look at the ones that are close? You understand? So I realized that around that question of the stars, there was also like some kind of a huge problem. I don't want to say conspiracy, but it smelled fishy because it seems to me that the shape of the stars and the dome is something that is even more highly classified by those people. It is more protected. It's a secret, even more protected than the flat Earth. And the thing is that we could confirm that because we've been, talking about our discoveries about new flux stars, because I've been, also taking I've been taking videos of them, here in Israel,
yeah,
and for like about 3 weeks, even more, I think, and nobody ever dared picking that up. Usually when you make a video, especially
yeah,
you got like all those channels like whatever drunk debunk show, whatever that's gonna make fun of you right away. but they don't dare, making fun of you. All they're trying to do is like to discredit you, making fun of
Yeah.
you, but they don't dare
Yeah.
talking about the stars now,
No.
especially now that, I'm in with you on that. So that shows that, they received like some kind of, an order. That means that they all work together. Okay, not even one talked about it or made
Yeah.
fun of it. Just make fun of it, but they don't because,
Mhm.
of course, making fun of it will also mean, spreading the news. So the thing is that there is something huge, huge at stakes here about these stars. We don't know what it is. I don't understand what it is, but I know it's huge, and it might bring flat Earth to a much, much higher level.
Yeah.
So, so I took it upon myself to just buy those binos, and I started shooting the skies, and I got about like 10, 12 stars, nice and clear, that
Yeah.
actually confirm the shapes of the stars that you already had,
Yeah.
and also all the other bad footage, the other blurred, because I have plenty of blurred images, that
Yeah.
I don't publish because those are no good. It is not the
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
shape of the stars. But even the blurred one confirm your good pictures. My bad pictures confirm your bad.
Mhm.
So that
Yeah.
means that okay, now you can say, oh, we are two people, that have bad phones. Well, this is possible. Just hey, you have the right to believe whatever you want, but then as a flourisher, you have also an obligation to double check whatever you believe, if not,
Yeah. Yeah.
again, so either you're chill, that means you're not a flourisher, or you're a bad one, either a fake one or a bad one. So
Yeah.
that's no good. So you have to double check. So now again, we don't know what it is, we don't understand what it is, but we are getting some information about the stars slowly, slowly, and very important information that I don't believe you can get on internet at that point. So let me show you now a what what we have. What we have. I'm going to show you what we do have. Here it is. So we're going to show you first of all, like the the stars that we took. If I find the source, okay. And then we're going to show you also the best shots of the dome. So those are two things that
Yeah.
So here we go. Let me just share it to you. I'm sorry it takes some time, but I'm not used to this whole thing yet. Here we go. All the stars, best shots, sharing. I hope you got it. Okay. Do you see it, Mikey?
Not yet. I know that we've been on split screen, but I don't see what you're
Okay.
presenting yet. Oh, there we go. Now I do. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just a little
Okay.
slow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here it is. That's so those are shots from Israel. So this is the star Capella, that was taken on the 25th of December. He didn't choose a date. Don't don't tell me, don't start now.
Hmm.
So it's 25th of December 2025 at 22:11. The star Capella from the location that I put there. That means I'm a little bit like southeast from Jerusalem, and that's the first pretty much good picture that I had, even if it's blurred. It shows the shape. Now you have another one that is Bellatrix in the Orion constellation. So you also see that point there, that vortex there, and that tail and that white ring in the middle.
Yeah.
This is Ahadi, another one. So also you can see that white ring and that energy flowing there. I don't know what it is. If it's a vortex, if it's a storm, if it's electricity, if it's I don't know what it is. Frequency. So this is the first pictures of Sirius that I had, and I had better ones, but this is one of the first one. Also, same thing, same shapes. This is Mulefine in the Canis Majoris constellation. So this is those are the first stars that I got. You got here kind of a nice one here, which is
Yeah.
again in the Orion constellation. So you can see that there is some kind of like energy flowing,
Yeah.
in
Frequency.
in
Some kind
spiral,
of a frequency. Yeah.
frequency or something that goes up. And this is Aniram. This is Betelgeuse. You call that Betelgeuse. We call that Betelgeuse in French. I don't even know if I wrote it correctly. So those are the stars. Also Canopus. You see, those are, of course, not perfectly, clear stars, but much better than any stars that any telescope will give you today, because all they give you
Yeah.
is like round, round blood spot of light. So here you can detect the shape already, and we are working with very simple material, but very good one. The binoculars that I have are the best binoculars you can buy on the market. It's like 40 by 110, extremely high quality, very expensive. And the phone I have is like a Samsung S25 Ultra. So that's also on the market, for the people, like the best, one of the best equipment you can buy. So we're using simple but good equipment. So you can see here also we have like, those rings there, and on the top and on the middle. And this is, what we have so far. So now the thing is that while observing the stars, sometimes we observe some phenomenon, things that don't look right, look like out of place. We don't know what it is. So of course, right away we can say, "Oh, that's my phone," or "That's whatever weather disturbance or whatever." But again, as I said before, when we do our homework, we know that this cannot be from the phone or from any other kind of disturbance. And actually, what it does reveal, I'm going to show you it now. It does reveal clearly that behind the stars, you have a texture. You have a solid, soft or hard, I don't know, texture, and that there is no space behind the stars. There is something on which stars can project some kind of a reflection. So I don't know how it works, but this we know. So we can call that the firmament. I wouldn't call it the firmament. Mike is calling it the firmament because this is in all logic. It has to be the firmament. I'm more
Mhm.
prone to say that's a texture, and since we understand that there is no space, behind the stars, and that we also know that there is a dome, above the Earth. So the thing is that, of course, it might be the dome or whatever a first layer protecting the dome. I don't know, but it's a structure. So let me share that with you, so you can know, what we've done so far. And you can tell us what you think. Wait a second. So this is it. Here we go. Sharing. Okay. So here we go. So I am sharing here. I'm waiting for the. Okay, here we go. So this is Sirius that I took like on the 10th of January. And as I was like, filming, suddenly we saw this. Check that out. Hey, hoppa. You see? You see? So again, I can go back and here again and
I love this video. It freaks me out, man. I love it.
hoppa, you see? So here we see that there is some type of a reflection, you know, uh, and actually we know it doesn't come from the phone. First of all, because phones don't do that. You cannot find phones that do that, with stars nowhere. If not, it would have been like well spread. But besides that, you can also realize that the star is getting brighter just when that reflection there is appearing. That means there is a, extra energy coming out of the star, and then boom, that thing behind. So we believe, of course, that this and this are linked, but again, we do not know what it is. We don't understand, all this. So again, I'm going to let you see so you can realize, that I'm not dreaming. So you see, here he comes. Here comes the pain. See, and the star's getting brighter, and boom, you understand? So that's the first thing that tells us that there is something going on. So here there's another one, still serious. You see, and then we see here, we see that there is some kind of it's like a reflection. You can see that
Yeah,
the st-
surface,
the star,
illumination. Yeah,
yeah, the star is like reflecting itself, like in a bunch of mirrors, like different mirrors. You see? So here it is again. Here we go. You understand? So again, the star is like getting brighter, and then boom. So anybody's going to tell me that's my phone, I invite you to just contact the first psychiatrist, hospital, and just like, just go and have some treatment, because this is not possible. Again, we don't know what it is. It doesn't mean that we know what it is, but we know what it's not. Here is another one. Oh, no, it's the same one. Excuse me, it's the same one that I just like, zoomed in. You see? I'm gonna come back and see. Whoa.
yeah,
And
just
you see over
I
here,
love
you
it.
have also,
I
it
love it.
goes all the way up. Yeah, it's so that's important. I don't know yet why exactly, but it's important because it gives us information on the stars. That means at one point, the stars, when it glows, it can have some kind of reflection. But the thing is that the stars always glow.
Yeah,
Stars glow, you can see them glowing, but not all the time you can see these reactions. That means that there is something that's not regular, like something that's kind of random, like that happens. So it's not every time that the star glows that you can see that, but every time you see that, the star glows. Every time we see that, we didn't see that many times, to affirm it, but this is what appears, to us first. So this is what we have here. And now we're going to keep on going. And this is Elnat in the Taurus constellation. So here you see up, up, you see that reflection there? Up. This is like, you see, that's a reflection.
yeah,
Then you have another one here, up, you see? That's not the star, this is a reflection. It's clearly a reflection
yeah,
onto something. You cannot have a reflection if there is no solid matter behind. It cannot be on the
yeah,
gas. Even if it's
yeah,
on a cloud, even on a cloud, you can have like, um, shadows sometimes. I have no problem. But here, it appears to be something else. So that's the same video again, going slowly here. So you can check it out. And you see those holes there, because there are holes that, like here and, going
yeah,
disappearing and appearing again. So it appears to me that there is something maybe soft over there. I don't want to say liquid, but it behaves like if it's there's something soft. So now this is another one from Sirius. Up, you see, up. So
mm,
here, you have to understand that here the picture is getting bigger because of the phone, because the phone is not like zooming in, so the star can go oh like this. It happened to me a few times, but that put aside, it doesn't change the fact that again you can see that the star is glowing, is getting brighter, toop, when that reflection appears. Oh, you see, here we go. So you see, and it goes in a two direction this time. That means it's not regular. They don't have all the same reflection. This is the same star, serious. Than the first one we showed you with that, rainbow type, reflection. But this is a different reflection. So that means that, again, there is an irregularity. So that cannot be the phone. It can be, there is something else that's not the same. There's a different situation every time. So again, the thing is that what it is. So then we're gonna finish that video. We're gonna share our opinion.
You'll have to send me that one, Sam. I don't think I have that video or that section.
You gotta pay, man. You gotta pay. You have money? Do you have any money? Yeah. So check it out. Well, that's actually I wanted just to tell you that all these pictures, of course, like you can use them, you can do whatever you want with them. They don't belong to me, they belong to the community. Even though I
Yeah,
invested for that, I found them, it belongs to the community because I could have never found them and I could have never got them if it wasn't for you guys,
yeah.
because it's only among you, flat earthers that I could have, ever done that. And I never did that in my life. I never believe me. So here we go. Now we have another one. This is, oh yeah, Anitak. Anitak is one of the stars of the Orion belt. I don't remember which one. I'm still new in all this. You see, up there's a reflection also. You see, same type, going on both ways over there. So this is Orion. This is Carcel, so this is a star. I don't remember where it is. You see that reflection there also.
Yeah.
It's big time. Okay. So here again, another one. So you can see that there is something, and it follows just like a shadow. When you have a shadow, it follows you. You see? That's faster. Hop. Hoppa. Oh, this one, I got it a little too high. It's the same thing, the same one. So you see? So this, you have to understand, guys, that when the star is like moving like this, it's not me moving. It's the star that is itself moving. So
Yeah.
I let it go across the screen, and then I set up my phone to get it back on this side so I can have another like few seconds to shoot it, and this is how it works. And this is what also we're going to talk about, because the thing is that since we know that there is a dome, the question is like, is the dome turning, or is the stars are traveling all together the same speed, same direction every time? So that's a good question, because it appears with those first, images that we have, that in all logic, the dome is not rotating, is fixed, and that the stars somehow are traveling all together. They're all traveling together in the same time. All those thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of stars are all synchronized and go together. By the way, in the Torah, we are describing the stars like as an army. So an army, also works together. Soldiers work together. They have one general, which in this case can be like Polaris. But the thing is that this is, why it is important, because this can lead us to understand that the stars actually, go together, and they are not like being driven by a dome or a structure behind. So we don't know where it is for now. It's just like we're just at the beginning, but it is very important, because I believe that in order to understand flutters, we're going to have to understand the dome. But again, we're still at the beginning, so we just like it's just like free thoughts for now. Well, not that free. See, here we go again. Same reflection. This is the same star. And you see it up again, but different reflection. It's not the same reflections. Up, and you see when I come back up, now it's in a different place. Up, like different shape, different. So something is going on definitely over there. Even though the shape of the star is blurred, we're not interested for now, but the shape of the star. We're interested into the behavior. of, its light. So again, uh, everything's on the table, nothing is certain, but since we are flat earthers, it's a question of time until we understand all this. So it's not like, if we will ever understand, but it's when we'll understand that. So that's for the discoveries that we made. Um, so that's interesting. And for me, again, the point is that because I also thought that maybe the dome was like turning. We know that there is a dome. We don't know the technology. We don't know that, it's God's technology. So we don't know. It's divine. So we don't know how it works. So maybe there are like some rails, like where the, stars go on. I don't know. We don't know. Everything is possible. But what we know is what it is not. That means there is no space. Those stars are not like balls of gas into space. That's certain. And what's certain is that there is a texture, behind them, whatever it is. And of course, also what we can see and deduct, with the eyes, with the naked eye, is that actually, like Mikey always said, the stars are like close. They're not far away.
No.
Because when I look at Sirius at night, I can see with the naked eye. I can even, recognize that shape there is those tails there. They're close. They're not far away. Cannot be far away. Now I won't be able to tell you how far or how close they are, but they're not far. And if I can zoom, if I can look through a binoculars at like 40 times, and I can have a clean picture, it cannot be far away because I can do the same thing on Earth at something that's like maybe like whatever 50 miles, 100 miles. I zoom on mountains that are like 50, 60 miles from my house. I see mountains. I'm also on a mountain, so I can look at them, and I have results that are like close to that because I have a better vision when I look at mountains, of course. But the thing is that it shouldn't be that far. So that's for what we understood, what we saw, what we discovered. So now, well, let me stop talking. Just like, tell me what you think. What you think, Mike? What you think
Yeah,
about
well, yeah,
everything?
watching your videos there, and I'm trying to like even the stuff that I've recorded, I'm in relation to the firmament not moving or rotating. We have to think when we say that too, even if we think it is moving, because if you have like say you're holding a toilet paper roll in your hand that's empty, just a cardboard tube, and you rotate it within the frame of your grasp on it with your hand. There's friction within that, so and there's going to be making a noise generated, you're going to hear a lot of rumbling, possibly earthquakes. I don't know would have to be happening, but I don't know. I'm starting to think that we could be onto something, thinking that the stars are within that in unison and moving within the firmament.
Oh,
Because
or in
what
some
else do we
layer.
have to go with? It's crazy.
Well, the thing is that if there is a firmament, the way we know there is, okay, but I always say
Yeah.
like if, to just be open about everything. So the thing is that of course it might be kind of heavy. I don't know
Hmm.
what it's made out of. Maybe it's made out of like air, compressed air. I don't know, some technology,
Hmm.
divine technology that we don't know. Maybe it's like an electric field. I don't know.
Yeah,
But if it
exactly.
was
Yeah.
rotating, I think it will be problematic. There will be a lot
Yeah,
of
and
problems.
we're like I'm hoping it's curved or a dome. If it is flat, I have no idea how it's flat, what's supporting it.
Yeah.
If people think it's flat, I would like to see some evidence of that, but maybe there's 1 or 2% chance that it could be flat and rotating.
Everything is possible.
But then
Uh,
rainbows would be flat too, I guess. I don't know, but there's
you
a
know,
whole
one thing I can just insert into the conversation is that the word for the dome in Hebrew is, Mikey, you know it.
yeah, rakia.
You name your cats after that name. So check it out. The word is rakia, and actually it comes from the word rokea, which means to flatten.
Hmm.
So I always thought like, what does that mean? Like, it's flat or it's like a dome or something? No. Roca in Hebrew is like, um, Ruka is like to be flattened, but to flatten is like Lerkia. That means that to me it's like the dome is what makes the earth flat.
Hmm.
That means that if you understand that there is a dome, of course the earth is flat. The earth cannot be a globe because
Yeah.
there's no dome on the globe. So we need another dome here, so we can have a dome that like like is in the air like this. So the thing is that actually the very nature of the word rakia in Hebrew indicates that that dome there actually proves the earth flat, because as soon as there is a dome, that means that
Yeah.
the earth is flat. And this is why I believe the NASA and all their minions there are fighting that idea of the dome, because this is the main proof
Hmm.
that can debunk all their lies for like hundreds of years. So now I've been reviewing channels of people like talking about you a little bit, and I'm gonna show you something short about a guy
Yeah.
that is a glober, and that talks about you here. Wait a second, let me just. So here's that video coming up. Wait a second. Again, I hate these computers. Okay, share. Here I am sharing.
I'll probably be nominating Mikey Smith.
There it is.
I have issues nominating Mikey Smith because he has some intellectual disabilities, but it's the arrogance that he goes into like observatories and tries telling people everything's fake or false, and he knows the truth because he's taking pictures of the firmament. Um, they're not. They're not. They're just bad images or out of focus images on his cell phone.
So you see, the guy judges that they are just bad images and on his cell phone. But did he check that? He don't check that. He just says what feels, it makes him feel comfortable to say.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
another guy like this, just like talking nice and talking like that he's making sense. And again, is himself, I believe, a defect and or an aberration into the humankind. So the thing is that again, the guy say, "Oh, that's not that, that's a phone that's no good." Okay, hey, you can believe it, just prove it, just
Yeah.
explain it. But they won't explain it, of course, because they cannot prove it. You understand? They can only like spit on you. They cannot just do anything
Yeah.
else. So
Yeah.
let's keep on
And
going.
then even insults
Oh
provide
yeah,
proof of
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
provide proof of what they're
Of
talking about. So you
of
just
course,
cut the
of
person
course.
down and
But you see that in that contest that they're just making a stupid contest like with Mactoon and the Drunk Debunk show, trying to nominate you as the best flatter show, the worst one. I don't know what they're trying to say. Actually, they of course trying hard to discredit you, because if I was instead of them, I wouldn't even care about you. I don't care what you say. Just leave me alone. I just go to my business. But these guys are like obsessed with you and
yeah.
obsessed to discredit you. And the thing is that they might succeed somehow, but the thing is that while they are talking about you, because this is like not even 24 hours ago, I think, but they never dare to mention, our discoveries about the stars. They don't talk about the stars. They just talk about you, you stupid, you what, you this and
Yeah.
that. No problem. Hey, you know what? I even agree with them. Let's agree with them. Okay, Mikey is stupid, so what? His pictures are no good because he's stupid? I don't
Mhm.
understand. What's the logic? So the thing is that you cannot just like throw away somebody's apparently important work because you don't like the guy. So that's also childish, and this is globish.
Yeah.
Basically, you have these groups and are these people. I'll probably be nominating Mikey Smith.
There it is.
I have issues nominating Mikey Smith because he has some intellectual disabilities, but it's the
like like he doesn't have it. It's like in Hebrew there's a saying. It's like the garlic makes fun of the onion. It's the same thing. The guy is like he's telling you that you have mental disabilities, but the guy himself he doesn't look very healthy in his mind. Oh man, what that this is the people that we have to fight, man. Check it out. This is a disgrace.
Arrogance that he goes into like observatories and tries telling people everything's fake or false, and he knows the truth because he's taking pictures of the firmament. Um, they're just bad images or out of focus images on his cell phone.
Hmm.
Um,
What else?
okay. He
Oh,
So you see here that's important because you can hear the tone of his voice, like he's got like something in his throat when he says that they're just bad images, and you can hear someone typing
Yeah,
on the the keyboard. I don't know if
yeah,
it's him or somebody else, but something is going on. If I have to say that, your pictures are no good, I'm going to say, hey, his pictures are no good. It comes from a chromatic aberration. He's got a poor equipment, and that's it. I'm not going to just like hesitate, like just like. It's
yeah,
like I don't, those guys just debunk themselves by their behaviors and attitudes. So thank God we can see that and expose these people. So now there's another issue. A few months ago, I was watching a podcast with Vlad and with Harmon. You know Harmon Walker.
yeah,
You saw him. You went in his house. I think when you went in Nevada. I don't know where you went at one
yeah.
point.
Nevada, yeah, a year ago. Yeah,
Nevada, yeah. And so he was kind enough to receive you for like 10 days in his house, and well, that was good. So, and Vlad also, joined you by surprise. I remember that Vlad came. So that was cool. It's too bad that you didn't very much succeed into like taking the same kinds of pictures, but it doesn't matter. We tried, and you had some good shots, anyways. So I watched that podcast there, and on one side I see just Vlad, talking about you with Harmon, and Vlad is I love him. He's cool because he's very open. He's very like polite, diplomatic. Even if he doesn't agree with somebody, he's not going to just like reject everything is being said. So actually, in that video, you can see that Vlad believes that you got something, and he insists on that point that you have something. He doesn't know what it is.
yeah,
Um, and the thing is that Harmon, and that was kind of surprising to me because Harmon actually always proved us that he had a good head, good logic, common sense. The only bad thing that I don't really like about him is that sometimes he's like snake biting people for nothing, for no reason, like just like saying words and then coming back say, "Oh, I'm sorry," So he's got that thing. And at one point, I remember I was talking about Judaism and about the fact that among us, the tradition for like 4,000 years is like the Jews are Jews by their mothers, and then I heard him saying bullshit, bullshit. So I don't know. It's like this. That's his nature. But anyways, besides that, everything he said, every time I was on, live with him, it always made sense, and he will always like show that he had a sharp mind. But this time, I don't know. Seems that there was some kind of a virus in his logic,
yeah,
because what happened is that he talked about you, and he said like this. I'm gonna play the video. It's just like a 45 minutes, podcast. I just took like some of the things he said. I don't want to, now talk about him for like 45 minutes. But the thing is, what he said is that okay, you posted pictures of or videos of Venus, excellent videos, like fantastic to my mind. And then he said, okay, now I bought much better equipment. And I took pictures and videos of Venus with my equipment, which is more expensive than his. Therefore, his pictures are bad because everybody in on the net is getting the same pictures as I do. And then it's only because you have a defectuous equipment or like a cheap equipment, which is not your fault, of course. Is and he's saying this because of this, and that's it. So that's the end of the story. So, it reminded me David Weiss, using of his credibility and his common sense and, proving himself like, having some common sense and then playing stupid at one point and insulting our intelligence by saying totally absurd, things and absurd reasoning. And this is how they play it. Actually, I think that Harmon also supports it. David Weiss, he said it openly. So it seems, it's the same school. So I tell you something. You can have a different opinion. You can think, of course, whatever you want. You can believe in Santa Claus. You can believe in whatever you want. You can believe that, Mike's pictures are not good, that this equipment is defectuous. But since you have common sense, since you proved us that you got a brain, you're not stupid. So you should do what, not stupid people do, like double check. If you say that, his pictures come from a chromatic aberration, just Google it. Let's see what a chromatic aberration is.
Yeah.
You're going to realize that it cannot be a chromatic aberration. Just double check, triple check, but you don't do that. So the thing is that when it comes to a very sensitive subject as the stars, and that's something that can be very important for flat Earth, for me it's a red flag because you cannot be stupid and you cannot play stupid and suddenly turn back as a glober when it comes to like Mikey Smith because for whatever reason. So most of the time, people, don't like you for, your character, for what you said, for your ego, for whatever reason. I don't care. And actually, I don't think that Harmon ever mentioned that really. But well, let's play that a video and let's try to analyze what he said. Here it is. Okay. Okay. So again, share. Sorry, it takes time, but again, I'm not used to this thing there. Okay, here it is. So I am sharing, and here.
Binoculars I got. They cost.
Okay.
That's the binoculars I got. They cost like $3,700. They're super high
grade.
High grade. You don't get ghosting. You don't get aberrations. You get 99.9% true picture.
Okay, so here we have two problems, is what you just said. First of all, those are not binoculars. Those are telescope, binoculars. What it means is that it's two telescopes put together for you to see more comfortably with your eyes. Those are not binoculars. Big difference. There's a difference between binocular telescopes, which are two telescopes put together, which do not have the same, system, for visioning things than the binoculars are. Binoculars is like more simpler than telescopes. So here it's not the same equipment. It's not a better equipment. It's more expensive equipment. Probably, I have no problem. But those are not binoculars. Those are telescopes. And in that video, if you want to see it, it's always like repeating himself, like like correcting himself when he says telescopes, and he says, "Oh no, binoculars, telescope, binoculars," like 3 or 4 times, and it's confusing actually because of course, but when you know what you're talking about, you should say that it's binoculars, telescopes, or telescopes. It's like a double telescope, okay? Then he says you cannot have a chromatic aberration with this. So this is also absurd to say that because chromatic aberration, you can have them with any type of equipment and any type of, telescopes, special telescopes or binoculars or anything that, that can look at something like a camera or else. So this is the truth about it. There is no chromatic aberration free equipment. I think even the extra large telescopes may have that problem. Let's keep on going.
I seen the one with Mikey Smith. He shows something about 2 months ago of Venus, and he shows that the same picture that it has a point at one top of it and a point at the bottom of it.
So here in that picture that you can see, this is a Mikey Smith picture of Venus. So you see this is very detailed, very, very nice, very, very nice details. And of course, no aberration of any kind is capable of creating a shape like this. An aberration or distortion of a true picture will be the blurred picture, not the one that is detailed. Understand? Make sense to you? All right. So here we have a picture which is detailed. And again, if you believe that the phone can create those details, so do your own research. Try to find phones that did that. Try to find this type of pictures, because in the world there are like millions of people taking pictures of the stars, with all kinds of equipment. So again, we have to remain logic here and see that Harmon's got a little logic disorder here.
And I'm going, no, I with these binoculars, I can see Venus as clear and clean as you can see something.
So we're gonna see. I'm sorry. We're gonna see, Harmon's clear picture of Venus in a few moments. You're gonna see that.
Venus looks like a small moon sitting there. It has phases like the moon. Through the binoculars, I can see it just as clean as day.
And this is Venus.
So this is, the picture of, Venus, the video of Venus, as clear as you can get it.
Yeah.
With very expensive binoculars. Oh boy, this is nice. This is whoa. You can compare it with Mikey Smith's picture there. So again, this is like for me a red flag when people make fun of you or just insult
And
you.
yet, Sam, I just want to say something too. If you just stare at it for a longer period of time, you can almost see there's a very, very faint point at the top and bottom in his video.
Yes,
so he's not recording it clearly whatsoever. Yeah.
But it cannot be cleared. You cannot say that.
No, it's not. And again, he says he sees it just like the moon through his binoculars. Well, show us the video of it being that clear, and he's not doing that.
So again, we don't want here to to say bad things about people, that prove themselves, being.
Well, I'm just stating that he hasn't. He's lying, is what he's. I'm not saying anything bad about him. Like I can't even talk. I don't know.
Exactly, but we have to, of course, expose whatever stupidity we find.
YouTube channel, what to do, what to delete, what to put on there. It's crazy.
Okay,
and
let's keep on going.
That one, Harmon's getting it.
You can't quite see the crescent in that. One or two, I've seen him several. So one or two, you can almost make the crescent.
Go there, go do that.
Mikey, you have some noise behind
that. How come you did that?
Mikey, you just turn off your YouTube channel because you have an echo. Get it? Mikey?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Because I hear your voice on the YouTube.
Yeah, well, I don't really care at this point.
Yeah, but the thing is that we don't hear each other here.
But right now, that's a lot fatter than what it actually is when you can see it through the binocular. If you go online and you go in there and say you want to see the crescent Venus, they got tons of pictures of people who probably have $40,000 camera lenses and take a picture of it. And that's the exact same picture I got. Those people have $30,000, $40,000 cameras looking at this stuff.
Right.
So you see, those are pictures of Venus taken by more expensive equipment than he has, and this is the same kind of picture blurred. But actually, there are like a couple of colors, that Harmon doesn't have. So again, saying that all the telescopes take the exact picture that he has, it's also another insult to intelligence because it doesn't exist. There are so many different bad pictures of Venus that I don't think there are two images that are exactly the same. But again, let's keep on going.
I got the best telescope. Binoculars you can get.
See, the best telescope, binoculars, telescope. Okay, so here we are. Binocular telescopes or giant binoculars are essentially two powerful refracting telescopes mounted in parallel that provide three-dimensional high magnification views of distant objects. Again, two powerful refracting telescopes. Okay, not binoculars. So again, we're gonna.
I got the best telescope.
So binoculars use matched simple lenses and prisms for two eyes, whereas telescopes use single large objective lenses or mirrors for intense light gathering, leading to a higher magnification and narrower views. So it's not the same mechanism. The telescopes and the binoculars work differently, even though they look the same, but they are different because the binoculars are not made to gather lights much. So just like the telescope is like just to blind you with the light they magnify inside.
Binoculars you can get. Telescope. Binoculars you can get. look at these things and then compare them to what Mikey Smith's trying to say. He's taking.
So you see here's Mikey Smith, binoculars. Those are binoculars. You see, simple. It is not, those are not telescopes.
Pictures with. It's just not true. It's just inferior equipment. It's not his fault.
Well, it's not yours either, Harmon. It's not your fault either that. So the thing is that again, those are binoculars, those are not binoculars, those are telescopes. So there is nothing comparable. And just like we said in our 3 videos, the telescopes conspiracies, telescopes won't provide to you details of stars, only increase the light. Okay, just smart net.
He can't get the other equipment. It's just inferior equipment.
Okay, so here we're talking here about what a chromatic aberration here is. Chromatic aberration, you see, it's a distortion of the light surrounding an object that's already identified. You understand? This is a chromatic aberration. It does not create a shape. It won't show you a different tree or like a fruit growing on a branch. It's just like a distortion of the lights around an object. This is a basic chromatic aberration. Let me show you other type of distortions and aberrations. This is also chromatic aberration. So you have here longitudinal, chromatic aberration, and then a lateral, longitudinal, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, chromatic aberration. And this on the right is a lateral chromatic aberration. You see, that has nothing to do with creating shapes of any kinds. It's just like a distortion of the light, a very thin distortion. So that's one. Now you have I don't know if you can see it on the screen. This is no aberration. Let's say 4 nice rounds. Here's a chromatic aberration. See the distortion like this. This is a spherical aberration. There's a halo of light around it. This is a comma aberration, tangential astigmatism, sagittal astigmatism, and a comma plus astigmatism. So nothing here can be of any explanation of what the pictures of Mikey are, and the pictures cannot fit in any of these categories of distortions and aberration. I'm going to show you other aberration. This is unaberrated, they say like this. And this is a spherical aberration, again, with halos of light around the light itself. So nothing to do with Mikey Smith's pictures. Then we're going to have what we call the barrel distortion. You see, where the head here is being like narrower and higher, you see. So again, nothing to do with Mikey Smith, structures of stars in his pictures. This is also a pincushion distortion. You see, there's all kinds of distortions, and this is a mustache distortion. When you see that the part that's closer is bigger. And here we have a field curvature. So this is when actually just the way it is described, when the field is curved. So again, all these forms of distortions cannot, explain Mikey's pictures. And Mikey's pictures, again, do not fit in any of the known aberrations, in the world. So that's very easy. It took me about 5 minutes to download this and another 5 minutes to make the video. So anybody that, that's honest with himself, even though, you might not like Mike, I understand. I have no problem. I also think that Mike is full of defects, but, as someone said at one point, that the one that never sinned is throw the first stone, So the thing we cannot just accuse people of the defects that we all have. And even though we don't like the guy, or, it's not a reason to discredit his work and to discredit, what he's got. So that's the way I see it. For me, it's very important what he's got, and And that's about it. That's about what we have for today for the stars, for the firmament. So now let's talk a little bit. So what do you have to say about all this? About what we talked about the hormone and about whatever. Oh, wait a second. I don't hear you. I don't hear you, Mikey.
Can you hear me now?
You say I hear you now.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking that Harmon could show us some clear videos would be good, I guess. Um, because that's what you and I are doing so far. Like I said, and you have said, I wouldn't present any of my blurry videos. That makes no sense, and claim them as being something. It's like you standing at the other end of the pool, and I'm taking a picture of you under the water of your face, and yet claiming that to be a clear picture. That doesn't make any sense. So, I would never do that. We would stand out of the water and then take a picture, you know, of each other and claim that as a clear picture because everybody would agree with that. So, yeah,
Well, then you shouldn't agree with Jim Ennis
yeah,
because we also have a problem with Jim Ennis. So far what I knew about that guy is that he's working hard. He's going out every night, to take pictures of the stars and everything. And I thought at one point that when people admired him for what he does, it was actually to encourage him to keep on doing, to keep on going, to work hard like that, to go and every day take pictures of the stars. But then uh, something felt out of place for me because first of all, we never see the guy. Okay,
yeah.
okay, that's possible. Maybe he doesn't want to show his face. That's still, not a real problem. But then the problem that I had is that there are lots of people that say, "Oh, Jim is the best. Oh, what great pictures does he have?" And wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Let me check his pictures. His pictures have nothing great. They're just like widely spread on the internet. They're, poor pictures, but doesn't mean that the guy, is not working hard at it and, shouldn't be encouraged. But don't tell me that, his work is great and he's the best because this is, you making fun of us here. His pictures are not great. They're blurred, mostly blurred, and they are widely spread on internet. So there's nothing exceptional about his work. This is first. Second of all, what makes me believe that there is something wrong about that Jim Ennis is that besides the fact that there are lots of empty fake channels, YouTube channels that praise him all the time, and those are just like again like bots or what Globers use to comment on our videos. The thing is that if he's really somebody that wants to catch the stars and that is working hard towards succeeding in towards that, the thing is that if it's true, so how come you didn't pick up what Mike did? That means that Mike has pictures of stars. Okay, you can say maybe
But and you too, and you also, so
and the thing is that how come you don't try to perfection his tactic or his technique, or you don't even try to see, to go to into the direction because there is maybe something interesting like I did. Say, hey, the guy's got pictures of stars. I don't know if it's true, if not true, if they're good or not good, if it's like whatever. But let's check it out. But you don't check it out. And even though after that you saw what I have also and that he has, you still keep on putting your videos of blurred spots of lights there and saying, oh, look at that, this is great. So when I contacted him also, he had like a very strong reaction, was like, wow, very, very angry at me. And it seems to me that it might be like some kind of a psyop around this, that guy there. Because again, there's too many things that are out of place, don't make sense. Again, praising him for poor work, that's not, also really, I don't know, it's a little out of place. Uh, and also the fact that he manages to put all these blurred pictures there as real shapes of stars when we have also blurred pictures of stars. We have plenty of them, but we're not going to
mhm.
put them in online just to to tell you, oh, this is the real picture of Venus or whatever. No, we're going to put them on the side. We're going to put what we have the best, and even though it's not perfect, it's the best that we have. So again, there is something like, out of place about Jimenez, and let me show you. Let me compare, your work and his, so people can see and agree or disagree with us. Let me check it out. Here it is. We have here. We have here. Okay, that's video here. So let me share it with you. I don't know how long. Why it takes so long every time to share those things. Okay, here we go. Sharing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is Antares. Antares, I don't know if you say it. So you see that on the left side, it's Jim Ennis's logo, and this is his star. And this Mikey Smith's logo, and this is his star. So for now, it's not very much, and those are not great videos, but you can detect much more details on Mikey's stars than on his for now. So now this is Betelgeuse. So now you see total difference, big difference. This is a blood spot of light. Doesn't look like nothing. And here we have, Betelgeuse on Mikey's side as something that has a shape that's not like in form. So this is Sirius. Of course, this is the best pictures that Mikey has, I believe, of Sirius. And this is Sirius on the left side from Jim Annis. So I don't know. Pictures speak for themselves. I don't know. So this is Venus, and this is this is Venus. Great job. Oh, Jim Ennis is the best. His pictures are great. Oh man, this is so good. So you understand? So there's some kind of a side up here, going on. You have to be like totally fucking stupid to say that, even though it's legitimate to encourage the guy to go, further. But again, since the guy doesn't seem to want to have good pictures of stars, he just insists to like spread shitty pictures. So again, I don't think if it's encouraging him is very, it's not also out of place. So this is the Orion Belt. We don't know which one, but one of the stars of the Orion Belt from Jimenez. This is what I took. It is Al Nilam. So you can see, you can detect the shape there. You see. So again, this is Alnitak, another star. You can see a much better shape here than this. This is a bird,
Yeah.
Again, Alnilam. And this is Mintaka. So this is again like, a smaller star, so it's harder to get. But again, you can see the shape. You can detect the shape, the same shape that comes back from all the stars. You understand? So that was just to compare, your pictures, our pictures to his, and to say that, the problem is that, with Jim Ennis, despite the fact that people like him, I have no problem people like him. But, here we flourishers, we truth seekers, we're not idiots. That means that don't insult our intelligence. You can believe in whatever you want. You can, have an opinion or support whoever you want, but don't, insult our intelligence, because this is when, this is the the sea barriers. So again, all that to let people know that despite what they might think of you, might what they might believe, you are or you're not, well, it doesn't discredit your work. And I personally believe, now that I've been, shooting stars the way you did, that this work is very important. And we can see that, when we see what the Globers, say about it, or they are not say about it, like, because again, it's very suspicious that they don't even talk about it, they don't want to talk about it. They should have, already made fun of this, like, for a long time now, but they just keep on quiet. And other people, like flourishers, seem also to just keep it quiet a little bit, because I believe that also they have a problem, by promoting your work, because in that case they'll promote you. And since maybe some people, don't like you too much, they believe that promoting your work is promoting you. And but I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I care about your work. I care about what you represent and what what you did so far. So I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to I'm here to understand, to to learn things, and this is what Flutters is all about. So I don't care about what people think, about what people how people behave. Sometimes like little children. But again, what's important is what you did, and I believe that it's going to come up that actually, your work is important. And I just wanted to add something up to anybody that don't believe Mikey Smith is capable of doing great things. This is typical of God's humor or irony, I think we say, or irony. That means this is exactly what God will do. He will pick up a guy like Mikey Smith, to discredit an entire establishment, of scientists. He's not going to take a great scientist like with PhDs to do so. He's going to take a guy that's totally at the opposite of, a scientist with PhDs. He's going to take like a guy like Mikey Smith, a guy that that's going to just like
You should probably show a picture of me so they know who you're talking about.
picture of you,
Yeah, because they don't know what I look like.
but they see you now. They see you on, your live.
No, no, they just see you. They've been seeing you the whole stream.
Really? You kidding
Yeah,
me? So why
that's
don't you tell me that? I don't know that. Wait a second. Wait a second. Uh, oh, let's because I see you here.
no, I know
Uh,
that. I pop up for like half a second from time to time, but that's about it.
no, you're kidding me. Okay, so that's a technical problem. So you don't want to happen. Host tools, chat, meeting info.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just see me at the top of your screen, like on my computer.
okay. All right. So let's see what happened here, and I can change that.
I thought you were watching on another platform on another computer or
No,
phone.
no, 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 no.
Yeah, well, you should log on your phone and see what the screen looks like.
Well, it's okay, man. I'm gonna just try to fix it
Because
now.
I can show you. That's what everybody sees on your screen. Can you see my thing?
I think I see your picture. Oh, okay. I see that it's coming back and forth. I understand.
Yeah, just recently it
You
has
talk,
been, but
yeah.
you should do a split screen or something so people can see me.
Well, I don't know how to do this for now. I don't know how to do it. I think it was in the settings when I did the settings. Let me see. Let me take like another half a minute to figure it out. And if I can't, so anyways, we're gonna have to hurry it up. No, I don't have this. Share. Present a layer as background, side by side. Okay. Do you see me now? No, 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 no. That's not good. That's not good. Stop sharing. No.
Is Matthew wanting to come in? Is he watching at all or?
No, I don't think he's watching now. Okay, so check it out. Since we have a little technical problem that we already went over almost everything for our first meeting. So let's call it a meeting, and let's go on. You have something else you want to say?
No, yeah, I was just hoping that Matthew was going to come in or somebody to chit chat or yeah, as time
Mm,
goes on, people will know
yeah,
about
yeah, of course, of
your
course, of course.
streams and they'll come in and
We have to. It takes time. It takes time.
of course they're probably waiting to get this out and then take your videos and scramble them up and make fun of us and
Yeah, yeah. I hope
they
they do
do.
because so we
Yeah.
can. I hope they do. I'll pay them to do it if they want. If we can just send you some money, through through PayPal. Okay, so let's call that a first meeting. I'm gonna try to have one every like couple of weeks, maybe next week if I can, master all those technical difficulties. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Just something I just did wrong, and we'll keep on going. We'll keep on, talking about all this. We're gonna, of course, discover more and more things about the stars, because the good thing is that we have our own content here, and you won't find anywhere else, what we have to show you about the stars. So that's also a good point. So that's it for me. If you have something you want to say, some last words.
No, yeah, I just thank the people for watching, and hopefully we can get this split screen thing organized so people can, because it's kind of hard talking when nobody can see me.
Oh yeah, I see you. That's why I didn't understand. I see you and and me
Yeah.
together. So I don't know why it doesn't show. Okay, no problem. We'll
Yeah, it
fix that.
just randomly pops my head up there for like for 3 or 5 seconds, and then
I think it's when you speak, it just goes to you, and when I
yeah,
speak, and
yeah.
since I speak a lot, so you don't they don't see you.
Mm.
Okay, my buddy. So we'll talk
Yeah,
together.
trial and error. That's how it happens.
I'll talk to you on the other channel. Okay.